more time because I think I closed the video and I didn't catch this part. So negative 3/4 on a real line, we divide the unit, so this is -1. We divide the unit to the other side, to the negative side, into 4 equal parts. Why 4? Because the denominator is 4, and then we choose 3 of those. And this is negative 3/4. Here, I would have definitely taken care of the sign first. A negative times a negative is positive. So then I'm really multiplying 35/1 by 5/7. I'll simplify by 7 before I multiply, and I get the answer to be 25. Any questions on this? Okay, remember we listed a lot of properties of the exponential notation. Here are 2 more. AB raised to the nth power. Please don't say that we are distributing n. No, we're not. We are raising a to this power. Multiply. We are raising b to this power. Same rule applies for division. So if I have a fraction raised to a power, I raise the numerator to that power. And of course, I have to raise the denominator to that power. Notice that this is not a plus b to the nth power. They are factors. This is not this, added or subtracted. Do not confuse the two properties. This is not a property of the exponential notation. This is, and this is. And they are factors. How would you simplify this expression? Can anyone tell us how would you simplify this expression? Can anyone give us the final answer for this? Or just explain how will you do it? Based on the property that you see here? What will you say? Anybody?
I put 7 to the second power over 8 to the second power.
Exactly. That's it. We raise 7 to the second power, and we raise 8 to the second power, and this is it. Good. I like now to look at a more complicated situation, like 21 over 25 times 35 over 189 times 245 divided by 63. This is terrible. If I don't simplify in this stage, I will get a huge number and not know what to do with it. Do not multiply. You can say, well, but I want to multiply 21 by 35 and by, oh, that would be terrible. 21 and 35 and 245 would be humongous, and then 25, 189, 63 would be humongous, and you're not going to know what to do with it. Instead, slowly but surely, we're going to try and simplify. So here's what I see. I see 21 and I see 63. They are divisible by 7. So 21 divided by 7 is 3. 63 divided by 7 is 9. Okay, I could continue, but I don't want to cross out what we already have. So let's focus on others. Okay, I see 25 and 35. They end in 5. So simplify 25 by 5 and we get 5. And 35 by 5 and we get 7. So for now, I'm going to just write what I see. So the first one is 3/5. The second one is 7 over 189. And then 245 divided by 9. I continue. I'll divide by 3. I'll divide by 5. 5 divided by 5, and here I have 29. Any questions so far? I meant 49. I just realized. Good. So then we have 7 times 49 divided by 189 times 3. Good. Now let's see what happens here. Is there anything I can do to simplify? So, or here. Can I divide 189 by 7? So that's 14 and 49. Yes, or I can simplify by 49. So let's see what we get. Simplify by 7, I get 1, and I get 2 and 7. Good. So 49 divided by 27 times 3. There is nothing else we can do here. Now I am forced to multiply 27 by 3, so I have 49 divided by 81. This is a proper fraction. The numerator is smaller than the denominator. It's not an improper fraction. I don't have to take the integers out. Notice one more time. We do not simplify numerators with numerators. That's not allowed. We do not simplify denominators with denominators. That's not allowed. A factor from the top with a factor from the bottom. A factor from the top with a factor from the bottom. Always. At all times. Okay? So now, any questions here? Any questions? Okay, I'd like us to evaluate expressions now with replacement in the fraction form. Like, let's say x is given to us as negative 2/3, and let's y is given to us as 9/2. And they're asking us to determine xy and also x plus y. Remember, the multiplication is always easier. Multiplication of fractions is always easier than addition or subtraction. So if we want to multiply first and add second, it doesn't matter, and x plus y. Let's work on this for a minute. So let's multiply. For the first expression, 2/3 times 9/2, always simplify first. And x plus y, add them, but when you add them, you have to find the least common denominator. When you multiply, please always take care of the sign first. Always. So let's work on the multiplication. Negative 2/3 times 9/2. You know the sign is negative because when you multiply a negative by a positive, we get negative. Simplify, please. Always write the 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. The reason why I kindly ask you to do that is because some students say it's 0. It's not 0. Good. And the x plus y. Can anyone give us the least common denominator in this situation? The least common denominator, please.
6.
Yes, they have nothing in common, no common factors. In other words, the least common denominator is 6. Please don't forget about the adjustments. They're mandatory. You cannot add or subtract -2 plus 9. And remember, the sign goes with the numerator. So the first fraction, the top of the first fraction has to be multiplied by 2. The top of the second fraction has to be multiplied by 3. So then the numerator is -4 plus 27. Do not ever be tempted to simplify because these are terms, not factors. So the answer is 23/6. And yes, we will take the integers out. Can anyone tell us how to take the integers out? How many integers would you take out?
Three.
Yes, indeed. 3 times 6 is 18. And then 23 minus 18 is 5. And that is a simplified form. Any questions? How would you add 2/3 x minus 6/3 x? It's an easy situation. Why is it an easy situation in this case? Why is it easy? Because both fractions
Have a common denominator?
yes, they already have the least common denominator. They have the same denominator. So I only have to copy it. Remember how we copy it. So x is connected to the top. How come? Because it's x over 1. So of course it's connected to the top. Otherwise it would have been 1 over x. And then it would have been connected to the denominator. So then the numerator is nothing else but 2x minus 6x. Can anyone give us the numerator, the simplified form of the numerator? Which one is stronger? What is the sign of the outcome?
-4.
Yes, indeed, -4x divided by 3. Remember, a negative number over a positive number is negative. This is another way of writing this. If you remember when we evaluated expressions, I said look at the pattern. The same thing here. It's the same concept. -4x over 3 or -4/3 x is the same value. It's another way of writing the same thing. Any questions? Okay, more operations with fractions. Okay, so let's say 1 over 9 divided by 1 over 6 times 1 over 2. So let's work on this for a moment. And then on 1 over 9 minus 1 over 6 plus 1/2. The first one first. 1 minute. We know that we have to copy 1/9. We have to copy the division symbol. Can anyone give us the quantity in parentheses? Anyone, please? In parentheses, what do we have? Please, anybody?
Is it 1/12?
Excellent. 6 times 2, of course. Now, I have to copy 1/9 and find the multiplicative inverse of the other fraction, 12/1. What will you simplify by? Do not multiply. Simplify first. What will you simplify by?
3.
Excellent. A factor from the bottom, a factor from the top. So the simplified form is 4/3. We have to take the integers out because it's a mixed number. It's a improper fraction into a mixed number. How many integers do I take out?
1.
1, and the remainder is 1. Check. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. The second one needs work. Let's start with 9. Remember, the prime factorization of 9 is 3 squared. Can anyone give us the prime factorization of 6? 2 is just 2. Can anyone give us the prime factorization of 6, please? Sorry. The prime factorization of 6, please. Please, anybody, 6. We should know this by now. What is it? Okay. 2 times 3 indeed. The least common denominator. How many different factors we see here? Here. How many different factors we see here? We're not talking about the powers. We're talking about the factors. How many different?
2.
2. 2 and 3. Which power would you choose for 2?
Second power.
I cannot add them. I have to choose the highest. And the highest is 1, then that's it. Now for 3. What power will I choose for 3? And it has to be the highest. I'm not adding the powers. I only choose the highest. 2. So the least common denominator will be 2 times 9, which is 18. I copy 18. I need the adjustments. What are the adjustments on the tops of these fractions? What I applied, the process that I applied to the denominator has to be applied to the numerator. What will you multiply the top of this? First, second, and third. The first one?
2.
Yes, indeed. 2. The next one?
3.
Yes, indeed. And the last one?
9.
Excellent. So 2 minus 3 plus 9. You do what you want. You can say 2 minus 3, negative 1 plus 8 is 8. Or 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 minus 3 is still 8. I'm sorry. It's still 8 over 18, no matter what you do. So 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Negative 1 plus 9 is 8. But you have to simplify it. They are both even numbers. So we will simplify by 2. So we get 4 and we get 9. So 4 over 9 is the simplified form in lowest terms. Any questions? Okay, how would you simplify negative 15 over 18 divided by 3? Remember, you cannot simplify, you can simplify each fraction by itself always, but you cannot simplify across in a division. You can say, but I would like to simplify this fraction first. I agree. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So the first fraction is negative 5 over 6. Remember, 3 is 3 over 1. I have to change the division into a product, but I have to use the multiplicative inverse of 3 over 1, which is 1 over 3. Now I take care of the sign. A negative times a positive is a negative. And can anyone give us the simplified form of this fraction? So we can write it and move on.
Negative 5 over 18.
That's it. Thank you very much. Excellent. Okay, I'd like us to work on the following example. 1/5 plus negative 13/10 plus 7/5. One minute. Remember to address the signs first and remove grouping symbols or parentheses. This is what I would have done with this problem. I realized that these two fractions have the same denominator. 1 over 5 plus 7 over 5 is 8 over 5. Then there is a positive 1 here, imaginary. Positive times negative is negative. Now, I know that the least common denominator must be 10. And the only adjustment required is on the fraction, on the first fraction. 16 minus 13, 3 over 10.